Hello, my fellow cigar smokers, and welcome to Smoker Spot. We are continuing our series about Maduro. In the last episode, we were talking about what is Maduro with all the details. And now we're coming to our second episode where I am trying to explain what Double Maduro means. So stay tuned. Okay guys, because I don't want to just talk and I got myself a little Leon Jimenez Double Maduro that I can show and smoke. Ah, look. Nice looking cigar. Let's pick one. So it says on the band, even it says Double Maduro Leon Jimenez. I would say first, before I start talking about Double Maduro, let's smoke a Double Maduro. Nice cut. Well, smell is not giving me so much. The cold draw already promising the sweetness that Maduro is typical for. So I'm very excited to smoke this one. We're just explaining Double Maduro today, so if you still want to know what Maduro is, what does that mean, etc., etc., check out our first episode where titled What is Maduro? So they will really briefly get to know what Maduro is, and then you will, I think, even better understand what Double Maduro means. Oh, I think my lighter is about to get out, but here probably the last milliliters of fuel that is in there. Let's see. Nice start. So guys, Double Maduro, what does that mean? The tricky thing about this, it has two meanings. If I would have done this episode here like 15 years ago, there would be just like one explanation about it. But the term Double Maduro kind of changed in the last couple of years. And received or got another meaning on top of the original meaning. So back in the days when you were talking about Double Maduro, it only had one meaning, and it meant double fermentation. We already know that Maduro is getting its color and the extra spice and sweetness from the maturing process that is longer as usual through different means. So when they were talking about Double Maduro, they were doubling this time, doubling the process, and doing another fermentation process, aging it even longer. So Double Maduro, you have already the fermentation process of in order to get the Maduro tobacco leaf, and we were just doubling this effort. let it mature twice that time. Or doubling the fermentation process, the process itself. So that was the meaning of double Maduro back then. Double Maduro fermentation, let's call it like this. Okay, nowadays, it has an additional meaning. It can mean, like this double Maduro here from Leon Jimenez, which is, by the way, made by La Aurora in the Dominican Republic. And it's one of their flagship cigars, besides the La Aurora series. When they're talking about double Maduro, and it's also the case with this double Maduro here, they're saying it's a double fermentation process. So the traditional meaning of double Maduro. And usually, when we're talking about the double Maduro and the traditional meaning of it, the wrapper is getting even darker, though it's tending towards Oscuro, almost black, dark, very dark. In this case, here with this one, I would say the color is not even darker than a normal Maduro. So somehow they managed to make a double Maduro without making the wrapper, in this case, darker. Frankly, I don't know how it worked. But taste-wise, it worked, because we're not juggling with words here, you know. It has the name double Maduro. Okay, we now know the traditional meaning is double fermentation process. Through this, the tobacco leaf should get a little bit darker. But in addition to that, it's just the visual thing, but it's getting even more sweetness and gets a little extra portion of spice. So it's not only the color of the wrapper, it's also the taste. And like I said, over here, they managed the taste, they increased the sweetness, but the wrapper is not getting darker. Usually, when we're talking about double Maduro, it has a strong effect on the color of the wrapper, so it's getting darker. And back in the first episode, What is Maduro, we were already showing the color range of Maduro. So let's come to the additional meaning of double Maduro. It can also mean that they're using a Maduro wrapper and a Maduro binder. That's where the double is coming from. 2 Maduro leaves instead of 1. Originally, we only have the wrapper is Maduro. Now they're taking also the binder is a Maduro leaf, and then they call it double Maduro. Pretty easy and straightforward, right? And it also makes sense somehow when we're talking about double, because now originally we just had the wrapper, now we have the binder too, so we doubled the Maduro leaves. So it's not so easy. When somebody's talking about double Maduro, you have to figure out what is he talking about. The traditional meaning of double Maduro, so double fermentation process, or the newer meaning that they're using 2 Maduro leaves for wrapper and binder. You have to check that out. Somehow it's already mentioned on the box, on the cigar or what, and in other case you have to just look it up if you're really interested in it or asking your favorite cigar dealer. Wasn't so hard, but I think it's worth to talk about a little bit about it, so that everybody knows what Maduro and what's the difference Maduro and double Maduro. So now we all know what we're talking about. And we have one more thing that we need to talk about in our little Maduro series, and that is the meaning triple Maduro. Maybe you already know what that could mean, but we'll make another episode where we're just talking about what is triple Maduro. So you better check out our channel. You know, the best thing would be subscribe. and tick the notification bell if you want to. If not, just stopping by regularly and check out what we're doing here. Then you will also see the final episode of our Maduro series. Then we covered almost everything about Maduro. What is Maduro? What is Double Maduro? What is Triple Maduro? Everything here at Smoker Spot. So guys, I hope that was a little bit of fun. I hope that was a little bit educational somehow. If not, if you have more questions about Maduro, Double Maduro, leave it in the comments. I'm trying to answer in the best way I can. Smoke a good cigar. Enjoy your day. Most importantly, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you for stopping by at Smoker Spot.